Hey guys, it's Tinker Tailor here today, and I just want to say I apologize if I sound absolutely horrendous right now. I had almost no sleep. I'm very tired. I've been up for a while, and I'm going to be up for much, much longer. So, apologies. But welcome to the... Just moving my mic. Welcome to the... What did I call this? The Spanish house. The Spanish-styled house. This is the house that I have been talking about for a while. It's interesting. It's probably not 100% accurate to what a Spanish styled house actually would be. This is kind of like my interpretation from what I've seen. Um, and yeah, if I'm totally wrong and off, definitely tell me. Definitely let me know because I'm more than likely wrong and would love to like be more accurate. I'd love for you guys to be like, hey, you did this and you shouldn't have, or you should have done this instead. I definitely used a lot of inspiration from the houses back there, so you'll see me like go back and like the houses in the background, I just keep looking at them and comparing, and I love it. I think it's fantastic. The builds back there are kind of the what I'm looking for. So if they're entirely wrong, definitely let me know because they're definitely what I use my inspiration for. This is one of those builds that I did a long time ago. I did this 3 months ago. I don't know what month it is. Yeah, 3 months ago. Um, and yes, I did just say I don't know what month it is. It's kind of getting to that point in the semester where I don't know who I am anymore. But it's nearly over, and it's not as bad as I thought it would be this trimester. But semester. It's not as bad this semester because even though I'm doing more classes than usual, I've found my inspiration, as I've mentioned before in previous videos, to be like I've just been so much more productive, and I've found doing this work to be like it's like I'm so not enjoying it, but because of the way I've managed to keep on top of everything, I've been doing a lot better at not being so stressed and so far behind. Like I have 2 assessments due today and tomorrow, as of like the video going up, and the one that's due tomorrow, I've got maybe 2 parts left to do. It's absolutely nothing left. Like I could be done. Like when I start to upload this to YouTube, I could probably have it done before the upload finished. And by probably I mean definitely. And then the second one is due today, but not until I think midnight. And it's the same assessment for a different class. So I already know what I'm doing, and it's just a lot of work to do. And I can definitely get it done in the amount of time because I know what I'm doing now. Beforehand, I did not. Mm, Sorry, just having some of my tea because I always forget to drink it and it goes cold. Which it's already cold, but you know, we're here. So this build is the one that I was going to put up last week, but I didn't because I put up the bar build. And because I built this way before the Desert Luxe kit came out, I don't have any of that kit in here. And I feel like this is potentially before I got the tool mod and the better build by mod. I could be wrong, I'm not entirely sure. But this one was built kind of around the time where I got it, but like I hadn't got it yet. And yeah, I obviously didn't have the kit. So this build I absolutely am in love with. I don't know how to explain why. Like it's just a simple home, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I imagined that I had a certain person in mind when I did this build. I have not seen or spoken to this person in a very long time, unfortunately, but this is the sort of house that I imagine they would live in. And um yeah, I love what I've done with the English would be great to learn right now. I love what I've done with it. Again, like I know it's just a simple, boring house, and it's some people might just be like, it's a house. It's really not that cool and fantastic. Like you didn't really do anything special. But I've never really done this sort of Spanish styled home before, and this build I did a while ago. I believe it was around the same sort of time where I did the Beehive Hotel build. If you haven't seen that, definitely check it out because I am in love with that build. I would love to be able to use it. It's just so like quaint and cute and different and out there. Okay, I must have had the tool mod by this point because I'm able to go into free cam mode. I think that's what it's called. I could not tell you to be 100% certain because I'm not 100% here right now because I'm exhausted. But yeah, I know I didn't have the kit, that's for sure. But yeah, this build took me about 4 hours. So that's why it's coming up in 2 parts, and yeah, that you're just gonna get it in 2 parts, which is fine by me because I don't have enough builds saved up to get me to my holiday. Oh, I do, sorry, I do have enough to get me to my holiday, but if I were to do it in one part, I wouldn't have. Now here, I didn't know what sort of kitchen vibe I wanted to go with, so I just put the 4 different types of counters that I wanted to go for, and in the end, I pick a counter that I haven't really used before in a style I don't really use ever. Like, I don't particularly like the style of, like, Spanish-styled homes. It's not for me, but I do love Spanish styled homes in general. Not that's only a recent discovery. Because before this build, I always kind of didn't like them. I don't really like the color orange. Um, so apologies to those who do. I don't like it, and I could not imagine living in a house that's orange and being happy. I think I'd much prefer I think I'd much prefer just a very plain colored house so that I can style it and decorate it in whatever color I want and like my furniture and things like that and my art. And then when I'm wanting to like adjust and fix it and change it, like if I get sick of a certain style, I can easily just go and pick that furniture that relates to it. Like I'm probably the sort of person who's just gonna be like, you know what, once we've bought the furniture, it's done, that's it. That's the style you're going with. Hope you like it because that's what you're getting. And then fixing it up by maybe getting newer cushions or newer bed sheets or like because you always need more bed sheets. Like you never just have like one set. If you have one set and you have to clean them every week and make sure that dry before you put them back on and blah blah blah, which like it's absolutely totally important to do that. But having two means that you don't have to have it done within one day. If you want to like wash it up and hang it out on the washing line overnight, um you can absolutely do that and you don't have to like stress and worry, and it can completely change the whole aesthetic of a bedroom by doing that. So yeah, I think having plain colored walls makes that a lot easier. But knowing me, if I could paint a wall, I probably would have a nice soft color for whatever wall I face while I study. So yeah, I definitely would want something like that. I definitely would want some very soft, calming color, I guess. Because at the moment I stare at white bricks and I don't know, it feels so cold and a little bit prison-like, which is unfortunate that that's how it makes me feel. But yeah, one day I will build the dorm rooms I've all lived in and show you um like the different ways I've set them up and styled them and things like that. And they've all been slightly different. Like some of them have been different enough that I've actually had to that I actually could show you, because like some of the rooms I've moved around furniture, some of them I've had like bookcases, some of them I've not. And yeah, it's just, I don't know, I feel like one day I should share that with you guys. And for people who live in dorms and stuff like that, they probably want to know what it's like what sort of ideas and tips and tricks and blah blah, which I'm happy to share, but I don't want to do it while I still live in said dorms. Technically I'm not in the dorms anymore, but I'm still living at my university, so I know that I mentioned before that I like a while back that, oh, I'm looking to move out, I'm looking to move out. I really am, but being a poor university student, that's not likely anytime soon, which is unfortunate, but you know, I've had a few people say that they'd love to move out as a group, and so we are discussing what is feasible and where we want to move and all that sort of stuff, because the people I'm talking to, some of them study, some of them work, and some of them study and work, and so it's how do you put all those places and those things together? You know, the people who study will need somewhere quiet to study, so maybe do we get like a room for us all to study in, or do we all want to study in our own rooms? Like I for one do not want to have my computer in my room because I have a bad habit of leaving it on. Like I put it to sleep every night, but I don't turn it off, and my, I don't know what it's called, but it's the mat that goes underneath your keyboard and your mouse and your wrist rest and all that. That has lights in it, LED, RGB lights, and if I turn it off or unplug it, I have to reset it every time to the color I want, because it resets to just like, I think it's like solid red, and solid red is so not my color. It's yeah, I don't particularly like red lights, which a lot of people might get mad at because majority of the people I know have red lights everywhere, like in their PCs and in the lights that they have hanging around. I don't like it. So yeah, like I know that's such a silly little problem to have, but I also find that like right now I'm tired. I could just turn around and get into bed and go to sleep. But I have too much work to do. Whereas if I was studying or making a video and I was tired, I would actually have to get up and go into another room, and it just, when you're tired, you may as well just get the work done and it's done, and then you can go to sleep. So, well, at least that's the way it works for me. So, yeah, I think having that separate would be great, but it's like, I don't want to put it in a communal space and take up everyone's, like if I want to record a video, I don't want to be like, okay guys, you all have to leave and be quiet. Like it's just not what I want to do. So we all are trying to figure out what we want and how it all can fit together and where we want to live, because not only, yeah, like I said, there's people who study and work, but all the people who work in different areas. And you know, at the end of the day, if I do move out with only one of these roommates, the one who I will 100% won't move out with is working the furthest away from where I study. So they are the furthest away from where I study, but they're like where I study and where they work. We want somewhere in the middle of that. So it's like it works anyway. Like it may as well be all of us as a little group, because these are people who I love to hang out with. Unfortunately, I don't get to see some of them all that often. Um, like I currently do live with some of them, but one of them I don't, and yeah, would be nice if I could live with all the people I like. But yeah, like I said, it's just a lot and it's expensive, and we have to figure out bills and electricity, and I meant to say internet, not electricity, and all that sort of stuff. So, it's a bit stressful, but one day we'll get there, which I'm really keen for. So yeah, when I do, long story short of it is when I move out, I will share the rooms that I've lived in. I won't show you like what the whole place looked like, but I'll show you what my room looked like at least. Like I'll design it. And of course in The Sims it's hard to do like a replica, but I feel like I could do some pretty accurate replicas for some of the rooms. Oh, I'm being realistic. I could probably be accurate for all of the rooms. I just yeah, been living here too long, I think, and I'm very keen to get out of here and yeah, have my own place. And I feel like being like a lot more comfortable where I live will definitely help with productivity, which will be fantastic for um obviously for uni, but also because I'm considering producing 2 videos a week. I'm not entirely sure about that. That's not a video, that's not an idea I'm 100% sold on, but definitely let me know down below if you would like to see 2 videos a week instead of one. I'm probably going to trial it for the rest of this year, but maybe in a month's time rather than now, because I'm still at uni, and as I said, it's a bit crazy right now. I think after this week, things will relax a bit, seeing though I only have 2 more assessments due after tomorrow. So like from Friday onwards, I'll only have 2 more assessments and then my exams. And I'm pretty up to date with my notes. So all I have to do leading up to the exams is put a bunch of notes together, because I'm pretty sure we're allowed to have a certain amount of notes within our like to bring in to the exam with us. So I just have to like pull them together, and yeah, it'll be pretty fun to get that done and dusted. Anyway, this little room off to the side here is, I don't know, like it's lost my train of thought. It's a granny flat, a little studio apartment. Like it's tiny. It's absolutely tiny. It's minuscule, but I love it. And I'm thinking, because it's like in Del Sol Valley, it's probably like the people who have traveled here to become rich and famous. This is where they start off. They move into this tiny little home, and there's no space. Like this is it. This is the kitchen, the entire kitchen, the bedroom's there, and that's the bathroom. Like it's minuscule. And I think it's awesome. I think starting from like this tiny little area, it would be so cool if we could do like rooms for rent, or like apartments and hotels and things like the apartments thing, like proper apartments where you can make them yourselves rather than they get to decide for you. So yeah, I it would be cool. That's for sure. It'd be absolutely wonderful if we could do that. But obviously we can't at the moment. So uh yeah, that's kind of the idea of this little build, that it's for like that part is for people who have moved into this, like it's just this tiny little place they live in. They've got their own little key, and They don't need to go into the main house, the family house. And I just think it would be so fun if we could actually play like that, because then you could come home and yeah, try and like upgrade your life and move out to your own little place. But unfortunately, I don't think that's really a thing. Which, you know what, that's fine, but yeah. I know you could do like moving in a stranger and then locking the doors. Like you could do it, but I think the idea of like a renting system, like how the actual apartments work, in completely forgotten the name of the world now. I believe it. I don't know. I did add all the screenshots in here. I didn't really think that far ahead. I was just so tired. I was like, oh, I've got to put all the screenshots in. I don't. So now you get to see every room ahead of time. But part 2 will come out next week. And it'll be the rest of the build, obviously. I probably will still put the screenshots up. And yeah, so this is kind of like a little sneak peek at everything. I think my favorite room in the house is the kitchen. It's just so much fun. I can imagine, you know, having big family gatherings here and everyone's in the kitchen and cooking up a storm, and you know, this is the house that everyone always travels to. So, you know, definitely let me know down below if you liked the build. If you think you would come and travel to this house for the feasts that are going to be prepared here, because I absolutely would. And the build will probably be uploaded to the gallery next week, just because I haven't finished the videos. Like, the build's completely done, obviously you can see in the old screenshots. So there is a parents' room, a grandparents' room, 2 kids' rooms, one like an older sort of kids' room. So this is probably the parents' room here, with their bathroom. And then across the hall, this is probably the grandparents' bedroom. I tried to make this one a little more homelier, like they just wanted to, like, they've moved to another country and they've brought that, a little bit of that country here. So this is the kids' bedroom. This is probably for like a toddler and a young child. It is a little modern in the cupboard space, but I kind of lost thoughts and motivation on how it would work. And then this is like the older teen bedroom, or like young adult, or whatever. And yeah, they've got a little bathroom to share. And then out the back, they have this little party room. Like, I'm imagining it used to be like, you know, this is maybe an enclosed porch, or maybe it used to be like the lounge room, or I don't know. It used to be something and they've turned it into this like events room. But anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye guys.